It's Organic Masterclass, first one of 2023, and I am starting with a product one, not a treatment one. And we're going for cleansers. I like starting at the beginning of the year. The whole focus of this masterclass is really revising those 5 Pinks Boutique cleansers so you know exactly what they are, exactly how they work, exactly who you should be putting them on. And because in truth, I think if there is a single product that you are going to make someone fall in love with Pinks Boutique and stay with it, buying it and using it at home, it is these cleansers. So I think we should go celebrate them and work out what is going on. Right then, from the top, the very basic setup of cleansers. So you have 2 what I would call cream cleansers, Ochre cleanser and lemongrass cleanser. And then you have 3 balm cleansers. So 2 and a 3. And the very, very obvious difference between these groups is that these have no water and these ones do. So these are aqua free, which is what makes that balm texture, and these are cream cleansers that have an aqua base. Obvious question, why is there only 2 over here and 3 here? Why is there not 3 and 3? You will notice there is essentially a rose cream cleanser missing, because you've got a lemongrass cream cleanser which matches the deep cleanse melt on this side. You've got the ochre cleanser which matches with hydrate, deep cleanse melt from an aroma point of view, but there is no rose one sitting over here. And the reason is you are really going to be putting rose on someone that is sensitive. And categorically, a balm-based cleanser is better for a sensitive skin. So we didn't make one in the cream family because you'd really want anyone that was sensitive, rosacea, red, struggling with irritation to be using a balm cleanser. Balms have technically less in them that is not there for the skin. So it's not that there's less ingredients, it's that they don't have to have the things that bind oil and water together. When you're dealing with an emulsion, you've got to bind oil and water together and keep it there. So you will have more ingredients like xanthium gum and ingredients that are there for structure, not skin. So I always think of these ultimately, even in organic world, as a bit purer. So your sensitive skins want hydrate, deep cleanse melt. The end. That's what they're getting. They can't have a cream one because I haven't made one. So that's why there's a 2 and a 3. Then the next obvious thing is that these 3 are in jars and these 2 are in bottles. I wanted to say though, I am listening, Nat is listening, we are all listening. I know at the moment people are struggling with the moisturisers and the cleansers in the bottles, that this liquid is thick and you're getting to the point where it's hard to come out. The reason that's happening right now is because of the weather, is because of how cold it is. So you imagine it's made, our barn is colder, everything about when you ship it is colder, our salons are all colder, none of us are putting the heating on so much. So that's what's happening. So in the very short term, if you like put them on radiators or put them near something warm, but we are literally in the process of transferring these into jars. We never did it to begin with because we were concerned that if we kept opening the jar, the oxygen would get to it and we didn't want oxygen with the water base. But we have been testing it and they seem to be working fine. So we are going to release them in a small jar and a giant jar. So that is happening, I promise. Keep them warm. We know what's going on. I would suggest for you that you keep ordering it in the 200ml because the lovely thing about this bottle, while it is a giant faff, you can slice it, so you can then get a spatula and go round. Whereas obviously with the glass ones, that is not quite so easy. And some people have asked me, like, just to change the formulation, like make it skinnier. The problem is, I could change the formulation of both the ochre and lemongrass cleanser and moisturiser and make them skinnier. Now you can do it by literally adding kind of more oils or more fluids, but they're not as nice. And so that's the problem we get to. And perfectionist, I want to keep them like that, so we will go to Joss. Moving on then to our scents and our smells. Let me just reorder. I'm like one of those magicians that's moving pots around. Let us go from an aroma point of view. In the cream cleanser, lemongrass and mandarin has that beautiful lemongrass off to Thailand smell, and this one would be for combination oily skin or a normal skin when it's 35 degrees outside and you're sweating and starting to get spots maybe more than you normally would. In scent, it matches deep cleanse melt. So think of lemongrass and mandarin cleanser and deep cleanse melt as a potential pair together, and those would be for your oily combination skins. Your ochre cleanser matches hydrate deep cleanse melt. And so ochre would be for a completely normal skin, if that exists. Normal, dehydrated, heading over into mature. If you had an anti-age mature client that didn't like balm, then they could use the ochre cleanser. But if you have your own way with them and you win, I would want them in a balm over a cream cleanser. But some people just don't like it. They like feeling like they're washing their face. The kind of face gel generation that can't get away from that. And this works beautifully as that creamy cleanser. But from an aroma, ochre and hydrate sit together. And then, as we said at the beginning, anti-age, which has that rose geranium, rose centifolia, palm rosa, doesn't have a cream. He sits on his own. And this one is the one that we are using for anti-aging and skin repair. I get asked a lot, okay, if I've got anti-age and I've got hydrate, which one do I choose? And my answer would be, if it is to do with sensitivity, broken capillaries, rosacea, skin reactions, always hydrate. Hydrate is the most gentle. So this has actually got calendula in it, and it's got chamomile as its overriding essential oil. Whereas anti-age, also gentle in an aroma world because it's rose, but this is more about skin repair. This one is more about, I react to lots of stuff and I'm red. Those of you that have been following the brand for a while will know I'm really very passionate about cleansers. And there's two reasons. One, as I said at the beginning, the cleanse balms are without a doubt the product that you put on someone and they never turn back from. The other thing is that the skincare industry is so obsessed with serums, with moisturizers, but we all know if you do not clean the skin properly at the beginning, if that stage one is not right, everything after doesn't really work properly. Your toners aren't going to do the right thing, your serums can't get where they need to, nor can your moisturizers. So being passionate about cleansers is a Pink's Boutique 101. And when we do consultations and when I'd advise people about what they are going to buy, I would always be getting them to start with the cleanser before anything else. We have got a little set of, these ones are like little cards to put in the wooden frames to go in the salon, all about cleansing. Face wipes should be banned. Move over hot cloth polish, wash your face. Squeaky clean skin is wrong. So these are quite nice, and then really highlighting the double cleanse and the cleanse melts. So these are all now in existence, and we can have those to put around and really focus on selling those cleansers. So we've got some new decorating to do for the retail. Thinking treating then. The base science in a treatment is going to be that your balm cleansers are going to be able to deal with makeup, anything that is oil-based, which all makeup is, mascaras, SPF, first and more quickly than a cream or a liquid-based cleanser. So the reason we have both, and brands don't always have both, is in your world you should be thinking of a first cleanse and a second cleanse, and they are completely interchangeable depending on what you are greeted with on the face in front of you. So if they come like me with lots of makeup and lots of eye makeup, then we will balm cleanse me first. And it may well be that we balm cleanse me for the second one as well. Or I might get the cream cleanser. If they've got no makeup on whatsoever, then you could take the cream cleanser to do cleanse 1 and then use the balm cleanser to do your deeper massage based one. So that really is the decision, and it should really be based on, are they covered in makeup, are they covered in SPF, and what is their skin condition? Do I want an anti-aging balm twice because of what's in front of me? So we've got to make that choice. In terms of how we are going to use them, if we go with the cream ones first, so always with some water. If this was at home, they could put it on cotton pads, but you'd want them to be damp. They could put it on reusable cotton pads, but you'd want them to be damp. Or they literally put some in their hand, add water, and use it as a creamy face wash, and then ideally take it off with your muslin cloth. And in terms of how much of this, I would tell them, I like doing it in food because it makes sense from the you are what you eat, you are what you absorb. A blueberry, I would go no more than a blueberry for them at home. Likewise, if you're using it, I'd go for that in your cleanse and add water. Now, this is the bit that maybe as the person that is making the product I shouldn't tell you, but as you've got it on the skin and you are cleansing with it, if it starts to dry up, dip your hand into a bowl of water first before you add more. Like, don't be wasteful. Does it just need a little bit more warm water to emulsify and let you carry on your cleanse? So water is the key with the 2 cream cleansers. With the balm, not so much. You'll know if you've used them. They are essentially, they become like a massage medium, so you don't really need to do that. At home, I would be getting, I'm going to take it out of small pots, so I'm not wasting a big one. About a petit pois, 5 pence a piece maybe. And tonight, I will literally, all over my eyes, no eye makeup remover. It's why we've never made an eye makeup remover. We don't need it because this does it so well. I'll turn into a giant black panda, I'll get my muslin cloth, take it all off, and then I will probably go again for my second cleanse because I use the hydrate one because my skin can be sensitive. And beautiful at home to teach them to do some massage work, some massage themselves because of that massage medium. And as a therapist, no difference. Same amount, and you're off. That one smells so good. That one is the deep cleanse, the one that smells like lemongrass cheesecake. I don't ever get to use it because with such an annoying sensitive skin, lemongrass is not the one that I'd probably choose, but my nose would take it every time. So that's how we're going to put them on. We've also got for you a specific 5 facial cleansers chart. So we've popped them all into the chart with skin type, benefits, key ingredients, and how to use them. So this goes through all 5 of them. Key things to look out for. In your Ochre cream cleanser, let me just get some out. Even though these are cream cleansers, they are still incredibly nourishing. And what I think you can always tell is you can tell there's a shine on the skin. Like, I've used different brands cream cleansers and you never quite find that you've got that moisture feeling after. You start to feel tight and squeaky clean. And the reason is because although this is aqua based, because you can't get that texture without aqua, what you've then got is, instead of aqua, paraffin, liquid, propylene glycol, which is what you'd have in most cream cleansers, you have got cocoa butter, linseed oil, and olive fruit. So they are really nourishing, beautiful oils alongside that aqua as well. And I think that's what makes them feel so different to a normal cream cleanser. One, to work with as a therapist because they move so nicely, but also as the guest, as the client, when they come off, that you should never, ever, ever get that tight, squeaky, clean feeling. That feeling is wrong and it is not good for your skin, even if people like it. And it shouldn't be coming from any type of cleanser. Now, in terms of the difference between the 2 cream ones, things that you have going on. In your ochre one, you have got chamomile and you've got lavender, so it's quite gentle, whereas lemongrass is much more astringent, balancing with its lemongrass and mandarin. And then the lemongrass one has camellia leaf extract, whereas your ochre one has calendula. So again, like Hydrate Deep Cleanse Melt is going more thinking that that skin is more sensitive, is aging, is losing some of the acid mantle protection and not so good at doing its own transepidermal water loss anymore. Both beautiful as cream cleansers to use. Those are the things to know and how they are different. Then some last key things to know about the base. So we've talked about the aromas of these, but the base of them. We keep saying they're balm. Okay, what is a balm? So balm has no water, we know that. And to make it, you're going to need plant butters, plant oils, plant waxes. That is what they are. And they share some common themes and common versions of those. So the most obvious is shea. Shea, I was getting ready to do this and I went and read some of my old notes in the product revision you're going to see, and I was like, oh my god, I don't celebrate shea quite enough. So if you think about shea, it is literally a superfood on its own. When I had last year that horrendous skin reaction, raw shea was essentially what got me out of it. It is unbelievably healing and protective for the skin. So you will obviously only be using organic shea, always coming from Africa. It's been used for thousands of years as a skin moisturizing agent, but also to heal, to actually help with cuts, with wounds. So don't forget about that healing ability, and amazing in all sorts of weather. So it would have been used as sunscreen to protect the skin on the savannah, and it's used in harsh climates. So it is the number one occupant for the organic world. If you need something to provide a full trapping layer over the skin, if you had eczema, if you had psoriasis, if you want a lip balm, it is probably going to be shea. Now, in a cleanser, you don't want to be fully trapping the skin because you've got to actually wash and get any dirt or grime off the skin. So obviously it's not full shea. It is then blended with some other elements. So you will have coconut oil, castor oil, apricot. We love the apricot, same like in the massage oils, because of the really high levels of vitamin A. Vitamin A we will know about from a retinol world, but also from just genuine like skin elasticity, that antioxidant level. Sunflower will be in there as well, giving the vitamin D, vitamin E, and also really in there as an anti-inflammatory healing. So you've got a very, very nourishing anti-inflammatory base. And in honesty, that's pretty much what all skin types need, because you think about most skin conditions, from full extent of acne through to the other end of serious skin irritation and eczema, they are all coming from an inflammation. So anything that can be calming at that stage one of cleansing is never a bad thing. Hence we've got them for all those different skin types there. If you had sensitive skin, so let's think really about retailing and who I would absolutely give them to or give them no choice. So my most obvious one that I probably would try, I say don't give them a choice, you can give them a choice, but try not to give them a choice. If I had a young skin, a teen skin, a more problem skin, I would try to get them into the creamy face wash. I think everything about that they are going to psychologically prefer. And also, despite Deep Cleanse being beautiful, you essentially have got heavier product. So I wouldn't want them using she's dropping it. I wouldn't want them using the Deep Cleanse Melt every day. Ideally, I would have this, and they would have it, but I want it a couple of times a week, whereas this is AM and PM. Also, those of you who have got Proverb, do not forget there is a sixth cleanser, the Proverb cleanser, which is the Cleanse and Shave Mud. And I am in love with that for a more problem teen skin as well, because it's a clay cleanser. It is oils wrapped in clays, kaolin, zinc, hectorite, and really very good for more problematic skins. So oilies, I really want them in that. Kirstie's of the world react to everything, react to life, just want to be red all the time. They're having Hydrate Deep Cleanse now. I would really not give me much of an option. If I am anti-aging, which I am by the way too, then I would be aiming to get them into anti-age balm cleanser, or giving them both Aqua Cleanser and anti-age because they're willing to do a double cleanse. Okay, so that is the kind of things that I really try and do at retail as far as the cleansers. Other suggestions with the balm cleansers, remember we will always sell you little samples if you would like them. If you had one product that you were just going to gift and test and say gift it to 30 people and see if they then came back and start buying retail, I would pick the balm cleansers to do that. So that might be worth a try. Remember, from this masterclass, you've got the video, but you've also got the notes, and we have now also got all of the new posters that centre on cleansers. These aren't on strut boards, they're kind of a thickish card, so they ideally do need the little point of sale holders. They're really inexpensive. We've got them in whitewood, we've got them in brownwood, you can buy them as singles, you can buy them as packs of 5. So I would probably get some of those to stand those in as well. And that, I think, is our cleansers. Masterclass 1 done. I hope that's helped with some cleanser revision. Go out there, get them cleansing, get them double cleansing, and don't give them any option. They do need a Pink Sweetie cleanser in their life.